Advance to the absolute peak of human perfection. Human perfection. Human perfection.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our fourth episode of QTV. I'm Michael James.
I'm Sharon Mulheron.
And I'm Matthew Bowe.
QTV is Queensland's only GLBTIQ television show, and we are very excited to be bringing it to you.
Joining us on the couch tonight for our fourth episode, we have Martini Ice and Melody Walker, who will give us an insight into their world as drag queens.
We'll also be talking about upcoming events in Brisbane that you don't want to miss.
But first, the news. If you're wondering why spontaneous DIY rainbows have been chalked on streets all across Australia, here's what happened. Following the removal of Sydney's rainbow crossing in Oxford Street last week, protesters have coloured up the streets to keep the rainbow spirit alive. This colourful movement kicked off when a Facebook page was created by social media activist James Breckney, where people flooded with creative and colourful support from all over the world, even from countries like Kenya. However, this movement seems to have been yet again deemed as a potential safety hazard by officials of Ashfield Council, saying they were concerned that the markings on the road represented a risk by distracting drivers and removed the marking. No permission is ever granted for non-traffic related markings being placed on roadways.
Can I just say though that the Gosford Police Station gave permission for people from Gosford to come and do a massive rainbow outside the station today. So the police are definitely supporting it there.
I saw the pictures, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
I was saying before that I had to hide their posts on Facebook because there was new rainbow crossings being posted as photographs every minute or two. So it was really ridiculous.
It was wonderful. There was even one outside Rob Cavalucci's office, one outside Tony Abbott's office, and another one as well. They were just everywhere.
And not only that, they've been in Hawaii, America, France, all over the world. This has taken the whole world by storm.
Overnight.
We could have kept the crossing in Sydney. I'm a little bit glad that it got taken away now. This is awesome.
Sometimes people just need something to fight against and, wake them up.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
In other news, AFL player Jason Ball was announced to become Beyondblue's ambassador last week. Beyondblue is an Australian non-profit organisation which aims to reduce the impact of depression and anxiety within the community. As a Beyondblue ambassador, Jason hopes his personal story will help others who are struggling with coming out. He commented, "Hopefully what I can bring is a personal story of what it's like to be gay and play football, and what homophobia looks like and how it has affected me. It's about stories that change hearts and minds. If I had known of a gay footballer when I was young, it would have made a world of difference to my outlook on life and my hopes for the future."
He is doing some absolutely brilliant work there. There is no precedence for what he's done. It's fantastic. And to turn the Beyondblue community around to supporting GLBTIQ issues is just phenomenal.
As long as he's louder than Jason Ackermanis, that's all I have to say.
Absolutely.
Exciting news in Uruguay. Uruguay Congress has voted to legalise same-sex marriage. This makes Uruguay the third country in the Americas, after Canada and Argentina, to eliminate laws restricting marriage, adoption and other family rights to heterosexuals. In all, 12 nations around the world now have legalised same-sex marriage. While some countries have created new territory for same-sex couples without affecting heterosexual married couples, Uruguay has created a new set of rules for all people. Instead of the words husband and wife in marriage contracts, it now says the gender-neutral contracting parties.
And the world still hasn't ended. Tony Abbott, Julia Gillard, get a clue. Now, Ireland has also taken a step toward Ireland's constitutional convention. It has been voted to extend marriage rights to same-sex couples. 79% of the members of the convention were in favour of allowing same-sex marriage, with recommending that the constitution be amended to allow for marriage equality. Its recommendation will now be sent to the government, which has pledged to hold a debate and respond within 4 months. Gay and Lesbian Equality Network Director Brian Sheehan, has commented, "It is a major milestone on the remarkable journey to full constitutional protection for lesbian and gay people and families in Ireland. It builds on the extraordinary progress we have achieved over the last 20 years and clearly demonstrates that Ireland is ready to take the next step to complete that remarkable journey."
Some don't seem to agree. In the US, a man is accusing hospital staff of discrimination for kicking him out of the partner's hospital room in Missouri. In an interview, Roger Gawley, who was arrested last week refusing to leave his partner's bedside, says hospital security resorted to unnecessary force to put him in handcuffs. He also says that the hospital staff violated the law by asking him to show proof of the relationship. In the state of Missouri, same-sex partnerships are not recognised. However, Gawley and his partner, Alan Mansell, have been in a civil partnership for over 5 years. The hospital released a statement and it said, "This was an issue of disruptive and belligerent behaviour by the visitor that affected patient care. The hospital's response followed the same policies that would apply to any individual engaged in this behaviour in a patient care setting and was not in any way related to the patient or the visitor's sexual orientation or marital status."
If marriage was legal, we wouldn't even have to question what the reason was, and if we don't hurry up, Australia is going to be the last country to legalise it. So
absolutely, that will help protect from those sorts of things happening.
And how disappointing would it be for somebody who's deeply in love with somebody beside their hospital bed when they're not well to be asked to leave in the first place? For whatever reason, that would only make you angrier or more upset with the situation.
Trying to get me out of the hospital from my partner, you'd be dragging me out in handcuffs. Absolutely.
Anyway, on another note, we've had some shocking news from France. As some of the viewers may have already seen, a shocking photo of a homophobic attack in France went viral over the week. Wilfred de Bruin was beaten unconscious last week in Paris, sustaining 5 fractures to his head, abrasions and a lost tooth. His boyfriend was also attacked as they walked hand in hand. The incident has shocked France and garnered support far and wide as a gay cause for celebration. This photo is now used as an emblem in a protest for equality, as the true face of homophobia. In recent months, France has been divided on the issue of marriage equality since President François Hollande pushed through a bill to legalise same-sex marriages, despite angry street protests. This week, the French Senate will conclude its debate on a law legalising same-sex marriage and adoption, which is expected to pass. De Bruin commented, "I certainly feel there's been an increase in homophobia." Meanwhile, Brigitte Bardot, the stage name of an activist who has led protests against the bill, insisted the anti-gay marriage movement is opposed to violence. To this, De Bruin said, "It was not Brigitte Bardot who was hitting my head, or the Bishop of Avignon lurking in that street to attack us, but they are responsible."
Just shocking, but I suppose you have to take the silver lining from that, and knowing that people that are protesting with that kind of hate are exposing themselves for the idiots that they are, and they're raising the issue of marriage equality and equality in all aspects of our lives to the surface, and it's getting debated in that country there. So even from that horrible act of hate, we're getting some good exposure, some good progress for that issue, as sad as that is. So it's great to see that France are actually debating it, and it's moving forward.
It's very close to being approved and going through, and the same's happening in New Zealand, which is awesome as well.
And what does it tell you if they have to use a stage name to protest? So
absolutely, and the rest of the world is moving forward and we're left behind. But that's all the news that we have for this week. And if you have any stories or issues that you'd like to see covered, please come and leave us a message on our Facebook page, or you can tweet it to us. You can also email our producer Steve Whiteley at steve.whiteley@31.com.au. We'll be back after this very short break with more QTV.
To the absolute peak of human perfection.